I swear I'm not making this up. In our school, people still whisper about the disappearing teacher. Some say it's just one of those stories children use to scare juniors. Some even laugh about it now, but whenever I remember, my chest gets tight. Because I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. It started one Friday. If you ever went to a Nigerian secondary school, you know how Fridays are, the noise, the rush, the way everybody suddenly becomes restless as if the school walls are chasing them out. The bell rang, and it was like the whole building came alive. Chairs scraping, sandals slapping the floor, girls shouting, "Happy weekend," and boys throwing their books into their lockers without even looking. In the middle of all that chaos, this new math teacher stood up slowly. He was tall, the kind of tall that made his shoulders brush the top of the blackboard whenever he wrote. Thin face, sharp cheekbones, and those glasses that reflected the light so you could never really see his eyes. He raised his hand, and somehow the noise in our class dropped for a moment. He pointed at Chika, the boy who always sat at the back, and said in his calm, quiet voice, "Stay behind. Let me help you with algebra." Nobody thought it was strange. Teachers always did that. Some would keep you back to punish you, others to give you extra work. We just laughed and left him there. But Chika never came back. At first, we thought maybe his parents came early. Sometimes that happened, parents came to pick their children for one reason or the other. But on Monday morning, Chika's seat was empty. His locker was still locked, his bag wasn't with him. Even his math exercise book was sitting on the table, like he had just stepped out for a moment. We waited. Tuesday came, Wednesday passed. Still no Chika. By Thursday, people had started whispering. Then Friday came again. That same teacher told Ngozi to stay behind. Quiet Ngozi, the one who never talked in class. When she didn't return, people didn't make much noise. Some even joked that maybe she ran away from schoolwork. But on Monday, her desk was still neat. The rubber sandals she wore every day were sitting under her seat, exactly where she always kicked them off. By Tuesday, her desk had been cleared out like she never existed. By the third week, it was Musa's turn. Now people were talking for real. Whispers in the hostel, whispers in the dining hall. Some boys swore the teacher was selecting students for some hidden mathematics Olympiad. Others said he was wicked and maybe beating them until they begged their parents to transfer them. But in my heart, I knew something wasn't right. It was too neat. Too quiet. And always on Friday. So that Friday, I made up my mind. I wasn't going home. I told my friends I had forgotten something in class, and when everyone left, I hid behind the cracked classroom window. The breeze outside carried dust from the football field, and I had to cover my mouth with my shirt to stop coughing. From there, I could see everything. Musa was sitting stiffly at his desk. The teacher stood in front of him, holding a big brown book. It wasn't like any of the textbooks we used. The cover looked ancient, the leather cracked at the edges, like something you would see in an old shrine. The teacher opened it and pushed it toward Musa. But the pages were blank. Just empty, yellow pages. He said in that same quiet voice, "Read." Musa looked confused. "Sir, there's nothing here." I swear, the moment his finger touched the page, the whole world changed. The sound of boys shouting on the football field, gone. The hum of the generator, gone. Even the crickets and birds outside fell silent. It was like the air itself stopped moving. The teacher closed the book, and in that instant, Musa was gone. His chair was empty. His bag was still by his side, but the boy had vanished. I panicked. I screamed without even knowing I was screaming. The teacher's head turned sharply toward the window, but I didn't wait to see what would happen. I ran. I ran so fast my slippers almost tore. I didn't stop until I burst into the principal's office, sweating, panting, shaking. I told him everything, word for word, tears almost coming out of my eyes. He just stared at me for a long time. His face didn't move, his eyes didn't blink. Then he leaned back slowly in his chair and said quietly, "We've never hired a new maths teacher." I thought he was joking. I shouted, "But sir, he's in the classroom right now." The principal shook his head. His voice dropped lower, almost a whisper. "Don't ever let him see you again." I didn't understand what he meant. But I'll never forget what happened the next Friday. I saw him. The maths teacher. He was standing by the school gate that afternoon, tall and thin, his glasses shining in the sun. He wasn't holding any book that time. He wasn't even calling anyone. He was just smiling. Smiling like he knew a secret. Smiling like he was waiting. Waiting for another Friday.